Hello guys, this is Video Psych again with another doll video, of course. And it's going to put this over here so I can see it a little bit better. Okay. So, of course, I'm kind of doing a bit of a redo with this type of video because before, when I did a how to care for your TPE and silicone doll, I kind of felt that the video was maybe just a bit confusing and I tried kind of putting too much of it at once. You know what I mean? I tried putting too much into one video. And so now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to section these videos in kind of in a more appropriate manner so I can kind of fit the right amount of information in each video so it isn't so confusing. But anyway, so one thing that you need to keep in mind with the difference between taking care of a silicone doll and a TPE one, thermoplastic elastomer doll, is that one thing, yeah, I already said that. You have to use cold water when you are cleaning your TPE material doll. Now you can use warm to maybe kind of hot water with a silicone doll like this one that's made out of silicone, but if it's TPE material, I would not recommend using, you know, hot water for TPE material like that. It just doesn't not work like it should. You might get away with it once, but I definitely wouldn't make a habit of doing that. Okay, so that's probably the only made real difference between cleaning between these two types of material. And I saw a person just left watching the stream. I think he was expecting me to undress this thing. Anyway, so the next thing you need to consider, I guess I'll say, when it comes to cleaning these dolls is whether you are going to give it a bath or a shower, or if you're just going to give it something like a sponge bath, which is what I tend to do. But you can do either three, as long as you do it the proper way. Now, as far as bathing goes and showering, you can just kind of lay them down and give them a nice shower, and give them a good rinse, to say the least. And how should I put it? One thing that you seriously don't want to do when you're giving her a bath is to submerge her head under the water, kind of like a real person, except for this case, if you do that, there's sections of the head that have space in them. And if those spaces get like enough moisture in them, there is going to be mold eventually, possibly, or other damage. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to get sick, so I would advise you not do that. And you would have to also get rid of your doll indefinitely if that ever happens. Because yeah, there's just no way to fix mold like that. It gets into the material of the doll. There's no way to really fix it. But moving on. Now, what you need to use for soap, because soap is required. I tend to use dishwasher soap, kind of like Dawn. That's what I tend to use for soap. Just dishwasher soap. It works just fine, and it's easier to use than a regular bar soap. Try not to use a oil-based soap. It could actually cause damage to the doll. Just nothing oil-based, really, when it comes down to it. And for God's sake, do not use any solvents. That will just dissolve it. All right, so what else was I going to say after that? Okay, so sorry. What I tend to do when I give it a sponge bath is I take a rag, I put some of the dishwasher soap on it, and this is after, of course, I have gotten the doll wet. First, you need to get her wet, and then you put the dishwasher soap into the rag. Or what you could do is that you can actually spray the doll with a spray bottle. Just get it all wet with the spray bottle, and then take either a sponge or a rag like I do, and just softly, not hard, just kind of wipe off her body, every inch of it, just kind of wipe it off with the soap. And then what you need to do is that you need to just one more time, just rinse her off, just rinse all the soap off. And then what you also need to do is that after you've washed her off and everything, you need to dry her off. So just take a towel and just dry her off with a towel, and that's what I do. Just dry her off with a towel. I think you can wait for her to just dry off, but it's not really effective. At least not as effective anyway. And when you were doing that, or should I say after you do that, you need to take some of this stuff here. Either you can use baby powder, you can use a baby powder, or you can use cornstarch like I do. Just still plenty of it left. It takes a while to run out, actually. I'm going to set that there for a moment. Let's see if it's still in here. What I tend to use is one of these with the cornstarch. Usually you just get this in the makeup aisle. What this tool is used for makeup for your face, usually. But what I do is I dip this into the cornstarch. And just all over, just every area that I can, I just pat the cornstarch all over her body, every inch that I can get with this. Here, I gotta do this. I have to take this stuff out as I'm going and put it up. And then what I do, if I can get it out. God damn it. Anyway, it's just take a brush. You can also get these in the makeup aisle. They're a little bit softer when you get them in the makeup aisle. Just take this brush. Okay, I put it away. Take this brush, dip it into the cornstarch. In whatever area that you couldn't get with the pad, just get it. Just get every area underneath the boob and underneath the armpits, just anywhere that you could not get with the pad. And also, as you're doing that, you need to use this brush to push in all of the cornstarch, because if you don't push in the cornstarch, it's not going to settle as well onto the skin. And also, it's going to stay looking white if you don't push it down. Which is how I'm able to make it look like normal again as I'm applying the cornstarch. So just apply the brush to the cornstarch, push it in every inch. Yes, you got to do every inch. And as you're doing that, you also need to check for damage anywhere. Just like I actually found damage right here. I found a crack right here at the armpits. And you need to look in every area for damage, because sometimes you could easily miss it. I'm going to put that here for the moment. So yeah, get every inch with that cornstarch. And now how to clean the vagina. What you need to do is just take this or something like it. You of course, send it up the crotch. You fill this up with water and soap, and then you just squeeze it. And that will help clean out the crotch area. Anyway. Okay, what else was I going to say? It needs to get out of the way. Okay, I didn't have anything else in here to say, talk about. Okay, so you've applied all of your cornstarch the way that I've kind of maybe showed you how to do, or maybe a slightly different way of doing it. So after you've done that, there's a chance that you might have to clean off or use a comb for the doll wig. Now, in order to clean the doll wig, you can just use some regular, soap and conditioner. Use the soap and then use the conditioner, and of course, just clean it in the sink when you're cleaning the wig. And then while it is still wet, use either a metal comb or a wired comb. Either way, they should be made out of metal. But I tend to use a metal one like this or something like it, because if you use a wired one, there's more of a chance that it's actually going to get tangled in the hair. So, and what you need to do when you're brushing the doll hair is that first, I'm going to get up here, just take it, just start at the bottom, like I'm doing here. I need to brush her hair anyway. Start at the bottom, and what that's doing is that you're getting rid of the tangles at the bottom. Here, let me get back here. Just kind of work on the surface a bit, then work your way down. And then you can do the top part, just work your way up just every bit. Get any potential knot out of the way, then move on. I mean, in a way, it's kind of like brushing your real hair. Then you work your way up, like that. You can also get some of the knots out like that with just a side of it. Okay. So now that you've combed your hair, pretty much all you have to do is just wait for her hair to dry. And as far as how often you have to do this, you have to do this it is recommended to do this at least once a month. But if you aren't using your doll a whole lot, and you aren't moving her around too much, I would actually recommend doing it every couple months, every about 2 months, if you aren't using her too much. If you're using her a lot, I would recommend maybe doing it once a month. Because, yeah, you really don't want to, make her too dirty, because if she gets too dirty, then it is going to cause damage to the doll, and it is also going to, get to the condition of the silicone and or TPE material, and I'm pretty sure you don't want that. Now, one more thing that I'm going to show you is that when you use a stand like this, which I would recommend you get a stand, it is actually much easier to use to clothe her up and then, clean her off, etc. Or if you just need her to be put somewhere, this is also a good way to just get her out of the way for the moment and not have to deal with her Now, if your doll isn't too heavy and it's, let's say, a doll that's made out of TPE and it's about maybe 60 pounds at the most, I just got one of these things, and this is just a regular clothes hanger. Just a regular clothes hanger. You can get them for about, I don't know, 25, 30 bucks, which is much cheaper than paying $300 for basically the same thing as this, or something that's similar to this. So you could say that I saved like $270 just by going to Walmart and just getting one of these clothes hangers for the TPE doll. But the problem is that this silicone doll here, she is over 80 pounds, and that is more weight than that thing can handle. And so I had to just get the stand from Real Doll, which costed about like what, $400. But I still recommend you get it if you can. With that being said, I'll just end the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, I would advise you watch some of my other doll videos and or other videos, etc. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.